Hello, my name is Oscar Fire, and yes, I just put my cloak on. I literally recorded this right after the book. I'm literally recording this after the book review, like right afterwards. But I decided to put my cloak on because it's nice and comfy. It's actually very warm, and it's a little chilly in the apartment. Not that cold, but just enough that I kind of wanted to be a little. I wanted to be a little cozier. I didn't put on the whole ensemble. I only have 3 pieces anyway. But anyway, hello. My name is Oscar Fire, and welcome to an update video. I know I said I would do this a while ago, like about a month back, but I just never got around to it. And you can blame whatever you want for that. But welcome to the update. So, what I want to talk to you, what I want to talk to you about, is basically some changes coming up. So, I announced, some weeks, about last month that I was going to change my work schedule. I was going to try to put more focus and more emphasis on my personal project. And I am proceeding with that plan. It's not a drastic change, but it should hopefully be a major change. Because one of the big problems of trying to make content anywhere is that just like anything else you might do in your life, it takes energy. It takes your energy, it takes your time. And if you don't have the energy or you don't have the time, or in my case, it's mostly energy, then you're not going to do stuff. You're not going to do things that are unique or new or creative or inventive, because it's very difficult to do that when you're not energetic enough for it. Because I'll tell you right now, when I'm tired, I'm actually a little tired right now, but when I'm tired, my focus slips. My focus goes all over the place, and it's very hard to kind of bring it back. It's very hard to it's very hard to have it to get myself back into a place where I'm like, my brain is where I want it to be. But yeah, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Even doing this immediately after doing that book review video is a little bit much for me, truth be told. It's a little bit much because my brain has already been using my mental capacity, to talk about Altered Carbon, and now I'm using my mental capacity to talk about something completely different. So to that end, I am going to be changing my work schedule. And like I said, it's not a very drastic one. So what I'm going to do basically is that I'm going to be cutting a day of work, but not like a whole day of work. What's going to be is that at Walmart, you basically stay considered as full-time employed if you work only 34 hours. So I'm kind of sort of chopping off that extra 6, and then working like an extra half hour, 4 days a week, and then I'm having Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now, what this means, of course, is that hopefully I'll have a little more time, and not just that, but a lot more energy to go into doing other things. For example, I got my I have never learned how to drive, as I mentioned in the previous video. I got my learner's permit earlier this year. Well, I've kind of paused on the whole driving thing because I'm just, I don't care for driving. It doesn't interest me in any sort of way, which hurts a lot when you're trying to because it's very annoying trying to make yourself do something, no matter how useful or practical it is, if you have minimal to no interest in it. You can say all you want that it's like, well, you gotta make yourself do it. It's like, yeah, that's part of the problem, is that I'm forcing myself to do it when it's maybe making me a little anxious and I'm already not happy about doing it. It's like, but I am trying to resume that, even though we're going to the winter. It's fine. But hopefully I'll be able to do stuff like that. But I will also, with additional energy, be able to do things like stream more and make more YouTube videos. Now, of course, this has always been a tricky subject for me because my YouTube channel has not been this YouTube channel has not been the most successful thing I've ever done in my life. And I've always been I've always actually been a little frustrated by that because, of course, I spent many years making videos very consistently. You know, I made videos very consistently for a couple of years. I think between like 2014 and 2016, about somewhere in that time frame, I was really consistent. And then it kind of started to drop off because I kind of got tired because the growth was very slow. And I mean, I'm very patient, but my patience does wear out eventually. And the growth rate was very slow. And I mean, I know I wasn't making like videos that were attractive to the algorithm. The algorithm generally prefers videos that are under 10 minutes. Between, or the under like 20 actually is probably more precise. The algorithm generally prefers videos of that length rather than long beasts, you know, rather than long 40 minute to an hour long beasts that I was recording. But of course that's just how I am. That was my style when I was doing Third Age Total War, and I do Third Age again, and will continue to be my style. But not only that, but of course the channel's growth also, shortly before I started like dropping off on content, actually plateaued. It plateaued at around 700, 720 subscribers, and just never grew beyond that point. That was extraordinarily, like after a couple of months of just watching that needle not move at all, that was very discouraging and disheartening. Now, people tell you not to like obsessively look at your numbers and everything, but the thing is, I never did. I looked at it and I used it as motivation, and I was pleased as I hit subscriber milestones, you know, 100, 200, 300, 400, etc. But once I hit that plateau and noticed that nothing was moving, it got a lot harder to like want to keep going, you know. And you don't really want to keep, and it's not worth keeping going if no one new wants to watch you, or if no one is watching you in the first place. You know, it's definitely something it's hard to kind of cope with, you know, because it's not as fun to do it when there isn't some sort of channel growth and movement there. But at the same time, with Twitch and with putting more emphasis on Twitch and live streaming, and not as much emphasis and effort on like recording and then having to edit and then having to upload, which is a lot more time and energy intensive. Instead, you know, I'll use, you know, Twitch I think can be my primary, my intention is to make Twitch my primary vehicle for content creation, and then if I can make that at least semi-successful, it doesn't have to be like super successful, just enough like subsidiary income, you know, and you know, to like start doing more, especially when it comes to like say paying off loans or whatever, which is still a thorn in my side and so forth. You know, if I can get ahead on that, and if I can make enough money to like to stay comfortably ahead on that, and well, I am ahead already, but if I can get into a comfortable spot with supplemental Twitch income, that would be a dream come true, and that is definitely what I'm looking to do. But in order to do that, I need to have that time, and that is what the schedule changes for. So going forward, I feel like I've rambled a bit, but I am tired, as I said. But going forward, I will now have 3 big streaming days on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I don't know if let's say, so on Wednesdays I tend to double stream. I tend to do one in the afternoon, one in the evening, doing 2 different kinds of content. But going forward, maybe Thursday will be included on that. It's not really clear. It's never going to happen on Tuesdays because I'm recording on Tuesday and I'm too tired to like do that sort of thing. I'm usually too tired to actually stream on Tuesdays, in fact. But I'm also hoping that, of course, working only 4 days, I will be less tired overall because I will have 3 days of rest, as opposed, no, not necessarily rest, because there will be hustle. I intend on committing to this as well as I can, as well as I'm able. But 3 days of doing things that are more conducive to like my creative spirit and to my overall happiness and joy, I think I think is it going to be a much bigger difference than constantly being kind of tired and stressed at work. Granted, things have improved, actually. Things have improved recently with a certain change that came about due to something I will not tell you about, because it's kind of embarrassing. But due to that change, I am now working in a different position, actually a position that I am more familiar with. Well, not more familiar with. I'm familiar with all the positions on this, but one that I am very familiar with, though, much more comfortable with. It kind of goes back to my old deli work back when I worked at that ShopRite in New Jersey. And it's put me in a position where I'm also just I'm actually happier at work. I still don't like the job. I still see all the cracks and all the problems and all the issues, but it's definitely improved. And hopefully combining that with the schedule change, which shouldn't hurt me too badly. In fact, I should have gotten some sort of pay raise at this point. It feels like Walmart's been skipping my position for ages. But maybe finally I actually have an income boost, and if I do, then that makes this change a lot more economically viable as well. So yeah. I don't know precisely how things are gonna pan out. I kind of want to look into doing a couple of different things to kind of like improve the situation, to make things better, and to make like my efforts better. But that's gonna take a little bit of time, and I don't know how viable it is right now. But if this succeeds, it'll be super viable, and I think it will benefit not just me, but other people as well. Just to kind of recap, going forward, I'll have 3 major stream days, and then random streams interspersed on the other 4. I really hope that you will check it out. I noticed that I know that people who subscribe to this channel, for the most part, are used to the Third Age Total War content, and not so much a lot of the stuff I've been doing lately, like the Final Fantasy XIV stuff and everything else around that. But I really hope that you will check out the stream, because it will help me a lot. As I think I mentioned in the last video, I'm actually super close to Twitch affiliate status. Still trying to get there, but it's getting that consistent viewership, and every viewer will help with that, because all I need again is 3 consistent viewers, on average over whatever time frame it would take. I mean, the more viewers I have over a shorter time frame, the better. But I just need like 3. I need 3 viewers on average, probably over the course of like maybe a week, 2 weeks, something like that, to get myself to that point, and then we'll be golden, and I can actually start doing more, I think. Anyway, all right, I have rambled long enough. I want to thank you for watching this short little update video. There's not much else to add. I think you guys already know from other videos, what I intend to do, more book reviews and more Final Fantasy XIV videos and everything. So, thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.